SLPP national organizer Basil Rajapaksa urges people to vote to create a new constitution. CID launches an investigation into the assets of officers over the incident at the Police Narcotics Bureau.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. You're with me, Shehan Ranatunga. Now let's take a look at your news in detail. SLPP national organizer Basil Rajapaksa requested for a majority to his party to create a new constitution without being held hostage by various factions. He made this comment at a media briefing today at the party headquarters in Nelummawata, Battaramulla.
අද අපිට ලොකුම ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ විරුද්ධ පක්ෂයන් නොමැතිවීමයි අපිට අපිම යම් ප්‍රශ්න ඇති කරගන්නව ඇරෙන්න.
The biggest problem the government faces at the moment is lack of proper opposition challenging the government, and that the opposition is fighting among themselves. We will be happy when a constitution that suits the country is created, and for that we ask the people to not to get influenced by others and help us to secure majority and establish power. Don't fall prey to someone else's agenda. Don't be held hostage by various factions. The President has held discussions with the National Election Commission to ensure a conducive environment is created to hold the election.
The National Organization for the Protection of Pensioners' Rights is carrying out a Satyagraha campaign in several places across the island against the pension cuts.
A group of pensioners from the National Organization for Protecting the Rights of Pensioners are conducting the Satyagraha campaign at the Fort Railway Station from this morning. They say that pension payments have been slashed since January this year. They request to stop the pension cuts that are being done unjustly. Another group is carrying out a Satyagraha in front of the clock tower in Kurunagala. The National Organization for the Protection of Pensioners' Rights is protesting in front of the Mathura bus stand against the pension cuts. This is the manner in which another group carried out a Satyagraha campaign near the Kaluthara Bridge.
Activities at the OPD of the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital were delayed for several hours this morning. This was because the doctors and the staff in the hospital were not wearing face masks.
A large number of people from all parts of the district come to the Anuradhapura hospital for treatment daily. By 8 a.m. this morning, the OPD of the hospital had over 500 patients. However, they were unable to receive treatment. That was due to the doctors and staff not having sufficient face masks. They did not give us a prescription. We came here early in the morning. They said they can't treat us because they don't have face masks. However, following a few hours, the Anuradhapura hospital director took steps to resolve the issue. Our correspondent noted the hospital is currently carrying out treatment as usual.
Steps have been taken to inspect the drugs that have been seized and placed in the storage facilities of the Police Narcotics Bureau. The Government Analyst Department is aiding in the inspections.
The police media spokesperson SSP Jalya Senaratna noted that these steps have been taken to identify that the drugs that have been seized by the PNB have been smuggled out. The 11 PNB officers who had been arrested concerning the incident are to be produced before the courts today along with the civilian who was arrested. The police noted that the civilian is being interrogated under detention orders. The inspector who surrendered before the Kadawatha police yesterday will be handed over to the CID and will be interrogated under detention order.
Now here are some views expressed in the political arena leading up to the general election.
2020.
Today there is no UNP. Will the UNP win by dividing itself? They will not. Many people from UNP have spoken to us about joining the SLPP. I can predict in addition to our group getting a 2/3 majority, the UNP will get completely wiped out.
දැන් තියෙන්නේ පක්ෂ දෙකයි. එකක් තමයි
Now there are only two parties. One is SLPP and the other is Samagi Jana Balawegaya. Now everything that this particular government did has failed. It is time for Mahinda Rajapaksa to retire. Not only him but also Ranil Wickremesinghe retire. It is the right time to rebuild this country.
මේ රටට හිටින්නේ.
The fact that there is a division is an issue, but I don't think it is a problem. What if there are issues? We are contesting under the elephant symbol after a long time. So we see many people are attracted towards the elephant symbol. Even the people who left are joining us as groups. We have another 3 more weeks. Our problem is with the government. We will move forward. The members of both the UNP and the Samagi Jana Balawegaya are traitors who destroyed this country over the past 5 years. Their policies will not change over time. The people who rejected them back then will not accept them again. As a result, the speech about getting into power is similar to an aspiration, similar to their conspiracies in the past. The ruler is in the process of betraying the nation while showcasing a different picture to the public. In reality, it was not due to COVID-19 that the economy failed. Was it good before COVID? Did the children have jobs? Were there hires for 3-wheelers? No. Were there business opportunities in your shops? No. Was the price of goods low? No. There was chaos even before COVID-19. Most of the MPs who went to the legislature attempted to get their luxury houses and vehicles. I clearly saw that they did not want to solve the issues of public. They started several movies. A Tamil movie came with a script written by Karuna Amman. On the other hand, a movie called Mahinda Gamanaya. Alut Gamage was the one who wrote the script, a thriller with the gantry crane problem. These movies go on air during the news bulletins. The government has started a new journey by leaving the problems of the people along the wayside.
2020.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa attended several elections meetings in the Kurunegala district yesterday.
Meetings were held in Kurunegala and Kuliyapitiya with the participation of the Prime Minister.
This is a situation where you should do your duty for the country. We finished the 3-decade war. We have a responsibility to create a better future for the children. This should not be limited to education alone and should include other aspects. When we sign agreements with other countries, it is not easy for us to come out of them. If they say no, we have to accept it. Irrelevant of what government is in power, the government is bound to carry out the agreement. That is what the people in the previous government has done.
The Prime Minister then attended a meeting in Iriyagolla followed by a meeting in Katugampala.
Leader of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, Sajith Premadasa, participated in several rallies to confirm the victory of the candidates.
The public rally was held in Dharanyangala and was organised by Arsha Priyadarshana Bandara. Former parliamentarian Tusiti Wijayamanna had organised a meeting in Ruwanwala.
Some rogues and SLPPs are saying that they can't give 20,000 and that it's not good to give the 20,000. They say that they don't have money. Now I would like to ask that this government said that they started a loan program with 4% interests. If there's anyone who got this, please raise your hand. All what they did was a lie. I promise you that we will give you this 4% loan to the people.
The meeting was held in Maharagampaha under the patronage of Sajith Premadasa. The event was organised by George Pereira.
Police said the person who sustained injuries following an explosion inside a house in Ayakachi in Pale on the 3rd of July died today while receiving treatment at the Anuradhapura hospital.
The deceased was a 45-year-old male who was rehabilitated from the LTTE. The government analysts arrived at the scene of the explosion on the 6th of July. The victim was initially admitted to the Anuradhapura hospital with burn injuries. The police spokesman's office said the man was taken into custody by the Terrorist Investigation Division of the Anuradhapura hospital. However, he succumbed this morning. The man's wife was arrested by the TID, and the police stated that TID is conducting investigations on the detention order for 90 days.
Sri Lanka and Maldives were verified for having eliminated rubella, making them the first two countries in WHO's Southeast Asia region to achieve measles and rubella elimination ahead of the 2023 target.
The announcement was made by the World Health Organization after the 5th meeting of the Southeast Asia Regional Verification Commission for Measles and Rubella Elimination held virtually. The commission comprises of 11 independent international experts in the fields of epidemiology, virology and public health. A country is verified as having eliminated measles and rubella when there is no evidence of endemic transmission of the measles and rubella viruses for over 3 years in the presence of a well-performing surveillance system. Sri Lanka reported last endemic case of measles in May 2016 and of rubella in March 2017.
The Ministry of Health states that the results of the PCR tests of the Valikada prison inmates and people from the Kandakadu Rehabilitation Centre are due to be received today.
The ministry stated that samples for the PCR testing of 174 inmates from the Valikad prison and 400 people from the Kandakadu quarantine centre were taken yesterday. The PCR samples were obtained after a Valikad prison inmate was diagnosed with COVID-19. Meanwhile, the number of COVID-19 patients in the island has increased to 2,081. 4 COVID-19 patients were discovered yesterday. Among them are a Navy sailor, the inmate from the Valikada prison, 1 individual who arrived from Saudi Arabia and 1 from Ethiopia. 1,955 people have recovered from COVID-19 while 115 are under medical supervision.
The Asia-Pacific Alliance for Disaster Management has stressed on the need to follow health guidelines, especially by students attending schools.
For the attention of all students, we are responsible for our own health. When you enter the school premises, there are certain procedures to be followed. Most importantly, you have to wear a good quality face mask. Those who arrive with parents or by school van must alight from the vehicle 50 meters ahead of the school entrance and walk up to the gate. Social distancing must be strictly observed when entering and leaving the school. Especially, avoid being too close to your friends. Outside the gate, your teachers will check your body temperature with an infrared thermometer, and it is only after that you can enter the school. Before you enter your classrooms, you must use the taps placed outside to wash your hands thoroughly with water and soap for 20 seconds. Please note that in all activities in which you participate in the school, social distancing is necessary. In consideration on your well-being, common activities including morning worship, sports events and get-togethers have been put off. Students are advised to avoid forming groups to have conversations or to play. Your studies will take place according to the capacity of the classroom. Relevant seating arrangements have been prepared for you in line with social distancing requirements. You must avoid sharing or exchanging your learning equipment and stationeries with your friends. Since the school canteen is closed at the present time, you must bring your food and drinking water from home. For health reasons, you may use spoons to consume your food, and at the same time, you must avoid sharing food with friends. Those who eat with their fingers must wash them well afterwards. Also, you may avoid drinking water from the common taps found within the school. When going to the washroom also, keep to social distancing and avoid going in groups. If you or your friends feel fatigued or unwell, you must inform your teacher at once. When you go home after school, make sure that you do not enter the house directly. But remove your shoes and cleanse yourself before going inside. As school children, you are invited to join in the important task of overcoming the coronavirus by following the needed health rules. Let us rise above the coronavirus pandemic and revitalize education.
And that's your lunchtime news on Election First. I'm Shahan Ranatunga. Thank you for watching.